366.
That's great, thank you. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I have to work across two computers, okay? I won't be able to give you as much eye contact as I'd like, but I promise you I'm listening. Alright?
Yeah.
Now, I normally just start off asking a wee bit about your home life. I've read through your documentation, Mrs. Sproat, but I'm aware it was filled out a wee while ago, so I'll go over it in case there are any changes since you filled out your form.
Yeah, there haven't been any changes.
Okay. Now, do you live alone or do you live with family?
I live alone.
Okay. And is that a house that you stay in?
Yeah.
That's grand. And is the main bathroom upstairs or downstairs?
Toilet downstairs, bathroom upstairs.
That's fine. Thank you. Now, in your main bathroom, is it a separate shower cubicle or is the shower above the bath, Mrs. Sproat?
Cubicle.
Now, do you have any current adaptations in the property, Mrs. Sproat? Any special handrails or seating that you utilise?
No.
Now, I'm aware that you used to drive. Are you still driving, Mrs. Sproat? Do you still have a licence?
I do.
Okay, do you drive a manual or an automatic car?
I drive a manual. I can't really afford to change my car. I've covered that in the report that I need an automatic. But I've also said in the report that until I get a PIP award for a 3-year award, I can't apply for a disability car, a mobility car, because all my awards are less than 3 years and therefore I can't get a mobility car.
Well, it's the DWP that make the awards, but I did read that in your forum, so they'll take that into consideration when they make any decisions. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I really struggle with them. I really struggle with the manual. I've had the car for over 10 years, but I want a mobility car so I can have adaptations in it.
Now, I know you're medically retired and I know you've got significant health issues, but do you have any hobbies at all, Mrs. Sproat? TV, music, reading, anything like that?
Not especially.
Okay. Do you smoke at all?
No.
Okay. And do you drink alcohol?
No.
If it goes quiet at any point, I'm just catching up on my typing. Okay. So are you left or right-handed?
Right.
Okay. How's the power in your hands? How's the grip in your hands?
I've got rheumatism or arthritis in my hands, so I struggle with things like tins, jars, anything like that. Handling things is very difficult. So I tend not to do it.
Okay, I was going to ask you, how do you go in the kitchen? What amendments have you made? What adaptations have you made to make things easier and safer for you?
Well, as it says in the report, I don't cook, so it's irrelevant really. But you know, if I can't do
well, how do you get food then, Alison? How do you get a meal?
Meals, I eat biscuits, sweets, cake, things that I don't need to sort of make myself.
Have you had any, I'm aware this might be a bit of a moot question because you don't do any cooking, but have you had any accidents in the kitchen that you're aware of that you recall recently?
Yeah, I've got scars on my arms because I've burnt myself. You know, if I try to open a tin, I cut myself frequently. I tend to drink out of plastic bottles because I drop things. I've broken countless plates, cups, glasses. So sometimes I use plastic plates and things. I drink out of a sip bottle a lot of the time.
And how was your appetite in general? Have you had any sort of significant weight loss? Is your weight stable?
I don't know, I don't have scales.
Any issues when it comes to chewing or swallowing food at all?
Yeah, I gag and choke on food on a frequent basis. I've been undergoing tests with the hospital and I'm waiting to see the consultant again. I have huge issues with acid reflux. As I say, I gag and choke on food, so I've had camera down my throat just in December, and then a few weeks ago I had a barium x-ray. They've said I've got a hiatus hernia and stomach polyps. That was from the, what's that thing called when they put the thing down your throat? Do you know?
No, I can't remember.
Do you have an endoscopy?
Is that the one that goes down your throat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that. And then I'm waiting for the results of the barium x-ray. Yeah. So,
Are there any changes to any of your... Sorry, carry on.
no, I'm just saying, so I have a really extreme stomach pain on a constant basis. So they're looking to see what the cause of that is as well. I have kind of like a swollen stomach in my upper sort of stomach area. It's quite swollen and hard.
Just give me 1 moment, I'm just catching up. Now, has there been any changes to any of your medications since you filled out your form recently, Mrs. Scrooge?
I can't remember, it was so long ago. The consultants increased my was it on lansoprazole?
Yeah, you're on lansoprazole. Yeah.
Or they've changed it to omeprazole.
Omeprazole?
Yeah.
Omeprazole?
Yeah. 4 times a day. And then the consultants give me some other medication to boost that as well. Can't remember what that's called, which I take if the other one's not working.
Is it Mebeverin that you take, Alison? I've got that
I
here.
take that anyway. He's given me something else, I don't know what it's called. And then I take the gabapentin 3 times a day, Merbivine, ibuprofen, Tranexamic, Imodium. What else do I take? Do you know? I remember.
Do you want anything for your mood, Alison, since you filled out your form?
Sorry?
Do you want anything for your mood? For
No.
your depression, for your anxiety?
No, the doctor's been ringing me and asking me to take something, but I've refused. I take so much medication at the moment, and I don't know to what extent that aggravates my stomach, but I won't take it. They've asked me to go to council and I've refused. I don't want to take anything. So the doctor, when I do speak to them, discuss my mood with me and medication, but as I say, I've declined.
Now, do you manage your medications independently, Alison, or do you have support to manage them?
I get help, yeah.
Okay. And why is that? What challenges do you have with your medicines?
Because so many different ones I take at different times, and I get confused as to, like, it's not unusual for me to not remember what I've taken. Even just after I've taken it, I can't remember. I kind of take them by knowing what they look like. So, unfortunately, things like omeprazole, sometimes the boxes are different and I get confused as to what they are. Like gabapentin tends to come in the same packet, but when they get different suppliers, I get confused. Especially if I take them, I forget. So I have to try and take all of them together, and then obviously some are like before meals, and some I have to take after meals, and then some are 3 times a day and some are 4 times a day. So I get confused with my timings and things.
Apologies for asking, Alison. Have you ever misused your medication, either accidentally or on
Yeah,
purpose?
yeah.
Okay. Has that been a deliberate overdose in the past?
Accidental. I've been confused as to what I've taken.
When was the last time you had an insurance incident like that, Alison?
Well, it's not unusual, but I did ring the doctor a couple of years ago and said basically what I'd taken too much, and she just told me to drink lots of liquid and to miss my next dose. I think I'd gone over on the gabapentin, I think. I took too many of those because I got my medication mixed up. But as I say, sometimes, I've taken it and I can't remember, I take it again, or sometimes I miss it, and yeah. So I'm not always sure what I'm out.
And what challenges do you have, Alison, when it comes to using the bath or the shower? What's tricky for you? What do you struggle with?
But I think it's in the report, isn't it? There's no sort of assistance, and there's no sort of place where I could put the layout in the bathroom where I could put assistance wheels up. So I have to hold the head of the shower comes from the ceiling, and there's a tap sort of attached to the wall, so I tend to hold that. Tend not to shower. It's difficult to get in and out the shower because the layout and the distance of the walls and things from the shower, and obviously drying and washing properly. So I don't shower very often.
How do you get on when it comes to washing your body? Do you have any particular areas that you struggle with, Alison, that are trickier for you to reach?
I just wash the top of my body.
Do you use any aids to support you? Do you have a long-handled sponge or anything to make things a bit easier for you?
What's a long-handled sponge?
You get like a sponge with a long handle on it so you can reach your feet if you don't need to bend. Do you use any aids like that?
No, never heard of them.
I know you don't shower every day, as you said, but do you wash every day, Alison? Do you ever wash at the sink? Are you taking care of your hygiene how you would like to?
No.
Apologies for asking, but tell me a wee bit about the challenges you have when it comes to your toileting. I know you've got issues with your bladder and your bowel. Can you tell me a wee bit about them if you can?
I constantly have accidents on a daily basis. I frequently, if I eat something, even though I'm taking Imodium and the other things, I frequently have bowel accidents. 2 weeks ago, I sort of messed the bed. I'd done that a week or so before as well.
Do you need to wear pads throughout the day and night, Alison?
Yeah.
purchase them yourself, or do they get prescribed for you by your GP?
My GP doesn't provide anything other than medication. I did ring because I was told after the last NHS assessment that there was a thing called an incontinence nurse by the DWP assessor. So I rang my doctors and they don't have an incontinence nurse. But I had an assessment with the who's that consultant I had the assessment with the other week. So it was falling down. No, it was the other one. Yeah, I had an assessment with the Falls Clinic about me falling over quite a lot. And we were talking about my anxiety, like going out and leaving the house and things, my continence and whatever. And they've written to my GP and asked, obviously I've been getting these investigations for my bowels, but they've asked them to investigate my bladder as well. I've had that since bladder incontinence. Well, it started when I was at school. It got significantly worse in the 1990s.
I know it's not a nice question to ask, Alison, but are you able to clean and wipe yourself independently when you're in the toilet? Do you need to use any wipes, or do you keep top of things? Is that a challenge for you?
It's very much a challenge. It's a massive challenge. Because my diarrhea is so bad, it can be messy on the toilet seats and toilet, and then obviously cleaning myself afterwards is quite a difficult challenge.
So what challenges do you have, Alison, when it comes to getting dressed? What's tricky for you?
I just kind of wear easy kind of slip-on clothes. I just sort of, to be honest, I'm just sort of physically and mentally drained most of the time. I just, just wear easy wear clothes and, don't take much care of my appearance.
And is that a change from before, Alison? Has that been a shift for you?
Yeah.
Have you been like that for a long time?
Well, obviously I was a lawyer when I worked, so, I used to take a lot of good attention to my, how I looked and presented myself.
Now, I know you said you've made some adaptations to the type of clothing that you wear. What about buttons and zips? How do you manage with things like that? Is that a challenge, or can you manage them okay?
I tend to wear sort of looser, like if I wear jeans, they pull up, so I don't have to zip or unbutton them, so they just pull up and down. Tracksuit bottoms, jeggings, they pull up and down, so I don't have to button or unbutton them. Either wear clogs or trainers, but my trainers are what they're called, they're kind of laced up, so I never unfasten them, so they're just knotted and they're loose, so I just wear like the more slip-ons than anything. I tend to wear sort of maybe cardigans without buttons and things like that, so it's not unusual. If I get a t-shirt on, I might wear it and sleep in it and then wear it sort of the next few days or whatever.
How's your concentration, Alison, when it comes to reading and writing and retaining, recalling information? Is that something you find a challenge, or is that okay for you?
I don't read. I don't read newspapers, magazines. I struggle to open and read my post. I find letters quite terrifying and overwhelming when they come to the house. You know, my ex-husband's read my letter for me for the PIP.
Tell me a wee bit, if you can, Alison, about how you are around people. How are you in company?
Well, the only people I see is my ex-husband, whose house I'm at now, my daughter, my mum, and my brother. It's very rare that I go anywhere where I would actually see people.
Do you have any friends or people you've kept in touch with from your old sort of career, from your old workplace or anything like that?
No, not from work, no. I haven't spoken to anybody that I worked with since I left the company 5 years ago. And I'd been on sick for a year and a half before that. I had no contact with them other than like formal meetings for retirement. And for about 2 years prior to that, I was a home worker as a lawyer, sort of probably much doing what you're doing. So I had no contact with colleagues.
When was the last time you done anything you would consider to be social? With a family member, like went for a coffee or went for a bite to eat or anything like that, Alison?
I went with my mum and my daughter, who my mum's sort of got walking difficulties. She's visually impaired and deaf, so we took my mum a week gone 2 weeks ago for lunch, but she had a stroke when we were having lunch. She got taken in the hospital. I couldn't cope and I left the hospital. It was too much for us. So my daughter, myself, my mum. So my brother acts as my mum's carer, and then my daughter comes as my carer. We occasionally go for a meal. But it's very challenging to sort of go sort of when it's really quiet. We ask for a quiet table, sit out the way. We don't talk to other people. My brother and my daughter like sort of order the food at the bar. If I go to the toilet, my daughter sort of comes with me.
Just be 1 moment, I'm just catching in that. Now, do you manage your own finances, Alison? Do you need support with that?
I don't do everything's paid by direct debit. So I don't go to the bank. I don't do anything. I don't handle cash.
Do you ever do any online banking or online shopping to check your accounts or manage your budgeting or anything like that?
No.
How do you get your food shopping?
So my ex-husband gets things, my daughter gets things, when my brother takes my mum to the shop to get my milk, and occasionally I might go to the shop, very rarely, with my daughter, but we'll go to like a 24-hour thing and go about midnight or something, and go in the shops quiet and just get some basics. I need the trolley to support me, and I can't go when the shop's busy, so I'm dependent on going when it's really, really quiet. You know, I can't risk standing in queues at the shop because of my incontinence. I can't go on my own because in case it sort of I'm in a queue for a till and I need the toilet or anything, so it's really challenging.
You've touched on this a wee bit already, but tell me how you feel mentally when you're outside, Alison. Not physically, I'll ask you about your mobility in a moment, but how do you feel mentally if you have to go to appointments and places?
Just dreadful, you know. I've barely been out of the bathroom this morning, just even for this call. Got a hospital appointment this afternoon that I'm really upset and distressed. I'm going to have to sort of go to the hospital for. I've got sort of screening on all my windows, which it says I noticed last time, so I can see out, people can't see in. I live in a street where there's a school. I don't go out during like school or normal traffic times or anything like that, so I sort of like check outside before I leave, and I only leave the house if I feel that I can get to my car without sort of engaging with other people.
If you're going to any places, do you need to know where the nearest toilet is and things like that? Do you try and have a route or a prep so you know where you're going to be?
Yeah, as I say, I normally only come here and to my mum's. But yeah, if I went and like, say for example, if I did go for something to eat with my family, we would go to pretty much the same place all the time and sit in the table that's near to the accessible toilets.
Do you ever use public transport at all, Alison?
No, never. Can I just go to the toilet?
Of course you can.
She. Oh. Oh, right, I'm back.
Just be one moment.
Oh.
Now, were you prescribed any walking aids, Alison? Are you prescribed any walking sticks or frames?
I've got my own. I've got walking sticks. I had a really bad fall, really bad fall last year. And my leg, I don't know if that was in the PIP report, it might have been after. I was on crutches for months afterwards. I had a massive hematoma on my leg. And I was struggling. It took about, I'd gone back to the doctor a few times, it took about nine months for the swelling to go down. I bought a mobility scooter with my PIP money, but unfortunately the layout of my home, I can't get in and out the front door with it, so it's parked in my kitchen. Because there's a lip on my porch and a lip, what's that other thing called, that other door? Got a porch door, what's that other one called?
It's the door between the porch and the hallway, is that the one?
Yeah, is it going in? No.
Still.
Right. Yeah, like it had a front door before the porch was added by the previous owner, so basically got two front doors, but the lips are too high for the thing to go through.
The steps.
Yeah. So.
Tell me a wee bit about your mobility, Alice.
I've been under the Falls Clinic. I had to wait about 7 years for a referral, because originally they wouldn't see people under, was it 60 they wouldn't see under? Yeah, at a certain age they wouldn't see anybody, but they changed the criterion, obviously, because I'd had a few falls. I had a really bad one in, as I say, not December, gone in the December before. Had a very nasty one in the September that had sort of similarly, both on my right leg and hip. The Falls Clinic did, what were them, like, scans I got in my head, do you know what they're called?
They were MRI scans, weren't
they? Yeah. I had some MRI scans and ECG, and what else did they do? Blood pressure thing.
Oh yes, that's right.
And then the consultant last week said that at no point in the 24 hours did my heart rate go above 99. My blood pressure go above 99. Is it blood pressure or heart rate? I don't know what it means.
99 is quite a high heart rate.
No, it must be blood pressure. But she said it's extremely low and it shouldn't be at any point less than 120. Yeah. Is that what she said in the letter? Something like that. It should never be less than 120. Mine never got above 99. And she thinks it's because of that is why I'm falling. So she's referred us back to the GP to investigate that. But she said if I continue to fall and stumble, because I often stumble, if I'm going through a door frame, I'll often misjudge it and hit the door frames and things, so I'm constantly sort of bruised and I'm wobbly, and what she said was I need to sort of investigate my, what was it?
Why your blood pressure's low.
Why my blood pressure's low.
Now I know that pain's a variable condition in itself, so don't worry about answering this exactly, Alison, okay? How long can you comfortably move around for with your stick? Can you move for a couple of minutes? Can you stand for a couple of minutes with your stick?
Not comfortably, no, not at all.
Okay. Do you have access to a disability badge for your car?
I do.
Where do you get pain when you're walking? Where's it uncomfortable?
Everywhere, particularly my legs. I get tired very easy. I have horrendous pains and just sitting and walking in my hips. I've had my hips x-rayed recently, and there was no issue with the hips when they did the x-ray, but I'm seeing the pain clinic this afternoon to investigate pain. So I originally saw the consultant when did I see the consultant? When I was retired. What year was that?
That's a good while back. I can't remember, honestly.
Right.
About somebody of your own.
Yeah, I saw the, I think it was 2017 I saw the consultant, and then they've done various sort of one-to-ones and things with me, and I thought I had a psychotherapist. I covered the psychotherapist in the report and his sort of concerns for my mental health and referral to the crisis team and things. And then there was another referral made in 2019 to the pain clinic, and my appointment was March 2020, and it was a telephone consultation. The consultant rang and said because of COVID they wouldn't see me, and I had to wait until COVID had all gone before I could have an appointment. And then I said, well, can I not have a telephone appointment? And she said, because she rang me and said, no, we're not doing sort of telephone consultations. You're going to have a new referral after COVID's gone. So I did get a referral last year, and it took about 9 months or something to get this appointment today.
Yeah.
Due which time obviously I'm still falling and still have sort of issues. I'm so tired.
It'll only be another 5 minutes or so. I'm going as quick as I can for you, Alison.
Yeah. It's just obviously I'm going to have to try and rest before I've got my my hospital appointment this afternoon.
Now, I know you've touched on this, and I've read through the application form that you filled out. I know you've had significant mental health support in the past. Is there anybody else you're waiting to see at the moment? Is there any counselling or talking therapy you're awaiting for appointments for, or anything else?
No, as I say, I've been, my GP's asking me to see somebody, but I've refused. Because, I've seen psychotherapists, mental health nurses, crisis teams, counsellors, just about everything, but all they do is they give you 6 sessions. Then at the end of 6 sessions you're just discharged and you have to go back in the process again. And to be honest, it's soul destroying. I've got to have seen at least 20 different specialists for my mental health, and I can't possibly see another one. It's so degrading and humiliating to have to go through everything time after time and just start again with the next person. At the start of COVID, I was just finished off with the psychotherapist. I'd had to wait months and months for the crisis team to see me, and then they said they couldn't help me because I needed bereavement counselling, and they were referred for that, and I never heard anything at all. So I was discharged in January from the crisis team purely because they said that I had to have bereavement counselling first, and then they either didn't do the referral or COVID came and they didn't do it. And they give us these expectations that I could talk to somebody and get help, but when you've done it for years and years and years and you get nowhere, what's the point? I'm better off killing myself. I just can't keep going through these conversations, the same ones, time after time after time with different people.
Just take a wee moment and then we'll carry on.
Oh, we're nearly done.
Yeah, I'll just be 2 minutes. Now, I know you said you've got pain clinic input. What other specialists are you seeing at the moment?
Who am I saying?
I know you're getting some gastric investigations as well.
I've just had the Falls Clinic last week. Pain clinic.
Today.
What else am I saying? I don't know.
And then you've got the barium, what do they call it, barium meal anymore. You've got that consultant to see again, haven't you?
Yeah, the stomach. And then the doctors referred us to, I don't know. Who was it? Oh, the Falls Clinic said I have to have investigations for my bladder.
And of course the blood pressure.
My blood pressure. And I'm sort of like, all the specialists that keep talking to me about my mental health. I'm not doing that again. I'm not going through that. It's too traumatic.
Do you attend the sleep clinic, Alison?
No, I was diagnosed with
Sleep apnea.
sleep apnea at the start of COVID, so they sent the test out, and then obviously I've got the mask thing in the machine. But what I find is, I'm waiting to see them again. I expect a review. The mask where it forces the air into me, sort of like it seems to go into my stomach, and it gives me sort of gas and wind, which is, from what I understand, a common sort of side effect of sleep apnea masks. But when you got incontinence, the gas is a huge issue, because basically it makes us have accidents. And it aggravates the, obviously I've got problems with my esophagus. Is that what it's called? And upper bowels, and I have like a lot of acid, so I constantly have phlegm in my nose, in a pocket in the back of my throat, so I'm constantly either snotting out, coughing up, or swallowing phlegm. And the air mask makes that difficult. So the acid is sort of burn my throat, and it's trapped my food, but it's also given me this cough. I've had this cough for 2018, I think. Yeah. And I've just had some more chest x-rays recently. I've done about 5 phlegm tests at the GP. Some of them, well, at least one of them came back with these like microbiotic infection things.
Don't know what that was.
I'm back in the meeting area.
He's pretty weird, doesn't he?
No, I don't know.
Ellen, you there?
Yeah,
Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
no.
About you came up positive for some sort of microbiotic issues with your phlegm, is that correct?
Sorry, what? What?
Just tell me you came up positive yourself.
Yeah, and I had treatment for that. And
Yeah.
I've had quite a few prescriptions for like nasal washes, you know, where you squirt stuff in up your nose, and then I sometimes get because I suffer from dry mouth quite a lot. I it's weird because I get excess saliva, but the roof of my mouth and back of my throat is kind of really dry. So I've got they sometimes prescribe like a liquid to squirt in my mouth, and then obviously stuff to squirt up my nose. And then for a while I had a few prescriptions for this stuff that you lie over the bed, which is really difficult, and dangle your head over the bed and you put drops down your nose. Horrible that.
Yeah.
It's really hard for us to lie on the bed as well and put my head over because I can't get back off the bed.
Now Alison, if you kindly give me one moment, I'm just going to read through this, make sure I haven't forgotten anything, okay, before I let you go.
Yeah.
Alright? Appreciate your patience.
Oh, God. Just it.
Hopefully it's not going to last much longer.
Oh, I can't cope anymore. It just takes so long.
I'll be as quick as I can, Alison.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, okay.
It is supposed to take at least an hour, and we've managed to get it done in 45, so we've done okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Now what happens now, Alison, is that I'll send this form away to the DWP. I'll do that electronically this afternoon. Okay? And they'll write back to you in 4 weeks' time
Okay.
with an outcome on your claim.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
Appreciate you taking my call. Look
Okay.
after yourself and stay
Thank you.
safe.
Thank you.
Alright?
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.